Michael, they just had a big old earthquake. They had a big old earthquake. And I was watching on the news that when the earthquake hit, it was a kind of shift that was so strong that there were tremors for days. They're still getting tremors every now and then. When God shifts your life, dishes start breaking, cars start moving, concrete starts cracking, bricks start moving. Because when God shifts this, everything in your life starts shifting. Watch this. Man, do you hear what I'm telling you? I was reading that New Zealand, now I've been to New Zealand. New Zealand, right outside Australia, is a massive body of land. The earthquake was not in New Zealand, but the tremors were so strong that it knocked New Zealand 2 feet closer to Australia. The whole continent, the whole landmass was moved 2 feet in the process of change. And the Lord told me, whatever this is that he's doing in your life, stuff that you thought would move, couldn't change, God said, when I get through, everything in your life, everything get ready to shift. Everything that can be shaken will be shaken. Stuff is gonna start moving in every direction. Don't be upset when folk leave. Don't be upset when they get mad. Don't get upset when they cuss you out. They don't understand what's going on, because God is about to do something in your life so massive. Touch people and say, get ready for the shift. Get ready for the shift, the shift. Now, I'm gonna give you one more thing, and I'm gonna tell you why earthquakes have tremors. I'm gonna show you why change is a lifetime experience. I'm gonna show you why a paradigm shift can take a lifetime. All that we perceived about the Passover, about the bread, and about Jesus was based on the past. So we are informed by the past. Who told you you was naked? Something in my past told me I was naked. And all of us, black, white, red, brown, gay, straight, in between, confused, ain't got no name for it, just freaky, weird, out the box, and might do anything at any time. All of us, it's all in here. All of us, I'm gonna help somebody. I'm crazy, but I'm gonna help somebody. That nasty temper you got is coming from your past. Your inability to speak correctly without ebonics or hood talk is coming from your past. How you see yourself and have defined yourself is because you are seeing it through the lens of your past and who told you. The shift in Abram to Abraham, in Sarai to Sarah, to Jacob to Israel, is the shift comes when God gives you information about your future to counteract the information from your past. And the Lord told me to tell you, what's ahead of you is stronger than what was behind on you. And if you'll just let him, God is going to give you a shift. So many things. So many things. As long as you stay on the boat, only see the duck, walk in your own name, you're limited. Every time you break out of something, it's hard. It's hard for a shy person to speak up. And it's hard for a mouthy person. It's hard for an unstable person to be stable. It's hard for a fearful person to walk in faith. It's hard for a hurting person to be whole. It's hard because you are informed and defined by your past. God can take you into places that are beyond your thought process. So when you get in the place, you don't know how to act, because he will take you someplace so different from where you came from that you'll be speaking in your own language. I've seen people who came out the hood, go to school, get a degree, get a good job, take a class to dress for success, put on the right outfit, and get on the job and talk about, child, let me tell you something. Sister got a master's degree. Girl, don't make me snap out. Now, her opportunities have gone beyond her intellect. Got everything to fit into the environment, but still defining yourself by where you came from. Why do people do that? Because it's comfortable, because it's safe. And here they have a whole body of opportunity, but they're limited to the boat. When you have a God who's standing in the water saying, come, come. Peter, I know you're a fisherman, and they call you a fisherman. And as a fisherman, you know that you can't walk on this water, be happy in this environment, be comfortable around people who don't look like you. As a fisherman, you know that you can't be outside of your environment. I'm telling you, your destiny will defy your self-laws of what I'm able to do in your life. Peter, I'm calling you to step away from not just how they perceive you. That's easy, to step away from how you perceive. If you don't step away from how you perceive yourself, I'll bring a good person into your life and you'll run them away because you don't feel worthy of being loved like that, even though they love you. But you define yourself by where you came from, and anything better, you will reject it. I don't stop, because you're in a paradigm shift. It's hard for a single woman to get married and stay married if she brings her singleness into her marriage. It's hard for a single man to be a husband, because even though he's got a ring, he is hooked on the feeling of an affair. And when your marriage doesn't feel like your fantasy, you become frustrated. All of you that have grasped your future, life is a shift, and earthquakes have tremors, and I am pressing toward the mark of the prize. There are married men in this room still pressing toward being a husband. You've been married 20 years and you still ain't got it down yet. You come home every night, put on the same pajamas, get in the same bed, say the same stuff, but I'm talking about in your head. In your head, Jacob is looking at Israel and saying, you know, this ain't you. This ain't you. Take, eat, this is my body. That ain't you. Go back on that boat. Walk away from it all. You know why everybody's so quiet in here? Because I'm preaching stuff that makes you uncomfortable. And I mean to make you uncomfortable. Because your future will make you uncomfortable. Because walking on water will make you uncomfortable. Because trusting God will make you uncomfortable because stepping into your destiny will make you uncomfortable because you think you're a gangbanger. If I told you you were the deacon, it would make you uncomfortable. Because you came in here a sinner, you feel uncomfortable in the church because you're out of your environment. You can't wait for the service to get over because you're around all these church folk. You want to go back to your old lover, back to your past so it can hug you because you know the rules of the game. But do you think that God gave you life for you to live in yesterday? If all God had for you was what you already experienced, then you would have died this morning. The reason he woke you up this morning is because he's trying to get you to see that ain't just a duck. Look at it. There's a rabbit in there. There's another you. There's another you inside of you. And you think it's so hard for you that you're somehow different from everybody else, and it's hard for you to make the change. Let me tell you something. It's hard for all of us. Everybody in here is struggling, trying to become who they are called to be. And sometimes we get it right, and sometimes we get it wrong, and we're impatient and we want it to be quick, but we are also thankful because what used to hold me don't hold me no more.